Well, for the first time, whether it's right or wrong, I am clearing out what I call the large bed pack. The girls haven't used it a heck of a lot, this winter, but or the shelter. The problem is, if I, hindsight's 20/20, as they say. If I would have known that I was buying this skid steer, I would have made it high enough that I could drive through to reach that back wall. I'll show you. Well, I guess I can show you right there. That's about as far as I can get in. About half. I can get about halfway. And that really sucks. But I've been thinking about it, and I have a plow blade here, and last year, and I'm sure you guys will remember my buddy's name, Buddy Joe. Joe's coming back again for another trip, so we've got a big fencing project on the go, so we've got to incorporate many hands, because I'm about as useless as that manure pile right there. Brain still works partially. That even messes up quite a bit lately. But anyways, he heard we had some projects going, and he called my wife and he says, when do you think would be a good time? So Joe's arriving the 25th of June. And my wife's sister, Candy, of course. She helps with my wife a lot of stuff. But, yeah. So, it'll be good to see Joe. Joe's a really good person. And Candy, of course, but Candy's family. Joe, you know what? To be perfectly honest, I guess I couldn't really say that Joe's not family. He's just like my family. He treats me that well. Anyways, what I'm doing is, my brain thought was to clear out this bed pack, and let me just get this sucker out. I'll show you. Anyways, so every year, so icy under this crap, it's unreal. So every year, right where you can see where I dumped some straw already from here, that area is beyond mud, like a swamp. And those darn mamas will walk through it and drag those udders through there, and it's disgusting. And then they expect that little calf to suck on that. Yeah, I'd be telling you to pound it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump that straw over there. We're going to have the pen cleaners come again this year, but we're going to dump it over there. Hopefully that'll absorb some of the slop. But I am going to take some of these temporary panels, as you can see in the screenshot, and I'm going to run it right around that tree there, and I'm going to block them off from getting in there. Like, they'll line up at the back of that stock boss right there, that orange stock boss. That's their water. And they'll line up to that nipples deep and wait to drink. Well, I'm going to see how I can work it, but I want to run panels across there, and then panels, let me see if I can do this. There we go. Panels from around the gate over towards the stock boss as well, so that they only have one straight alley on this side to walk in, and try and keep them out of that mud hole. It's just not right. But next year, it's going to be a whole different situation, folks. we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. So, anyways, I'll get back at her and we'll talk to you soon. You know, as you just were made aware of my brain not always working, right? I started to tell you about my plan to get all the way to the back wall of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a skid steer plate, and we're going to take some, we might take some pipe or something, maybe square tubing, and use a plow, like a quad plow. I've got a quad plow, I got a little lawn tractor blade and things like that, and that way I can hook up to it, and it'll be a longer arm. I can reach in there, drop it down, and draw it back out. That's the plan I'm thinking. I'm going to run it by Joe, my buddy Joe there, and see what he thinks. Joe, for those who don't know, is a fully certified welder. Joe knows how to weld, so. Anyways, we also got my buddy Wayne that we could always lean on if we want to do it ahead of time. Anyways, folks, we'll talk to you in a bit when we get things cleaned up. Full on brook. Thank God for ship berms. I redirected her. She's gonna go west and then north. It's ridiculous. That's a lot of water, folks. Okay. I like a babbling brook, but not when it runs through my yard. Anyways, take care. Well, there's a good chunk of it. Now, I was getting flooded out severely. Water comes from up around the hill, which in the video you just saw. And it comes down through the woods, up here, comes down, goes through here. Well, I just went up there and made myself some manure berms. This dirt ain't available to dig up around here right now. And I redirected the water in the way it should go. A sec here, I'm gonna open this door. There we go. There we go. Comes down around there. It's the other side of those poplars. And now I've got it going this way. I've got it going west. Hopefully it stays going west. That would allow this area to dry up a bit. We ain't got much more time left, folks. The countdown is on. Little slick buggers could be dropped on the ground anytime now. From what the boss lady has on her records, it shows the 19th, but we all know how that goes. 2 weeks early, 2 weeks late. You know what I mean? So, it's pretty soon time to bring the girls off the hill and into their calving area. That's why I did take that straw. I reused it over here in where the muddy area was, another couple other spots. There's quite a bit of ice and snow underneath. So, I'll give it a day or so before I put any new bedding down. And, yeah, we'll go from there. I tried to rent a Mini X to redirect that water. I was going to dig quite a decent trench. And the ACR Equipment Rentals in Rocky Mountain House They put their smaller ones away, and then their mid-sized ones that they keep out, and I wasn't willing to spend it. $600 for 8 hours? Nah, not likely. If I was going to do that, I would have got my guy Brian Rose in. But then we would have reforested this whole joint, I think, with him in here. Anyways, that's what we got, folks. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Blue bird, blue sky. My goodness. Absolutely beautiful. Girls are even way up in the hill, getting the last bit of the sunshine. 13 degrees again. Holy moly. You watch us get slapped in the face here coming up yet. Anyways, our Mr. Groundhog said 6 weeks early. You better be right, or I'm going to start hunting groundhogs. One thing I do need to start hunting are some coyotes. They're waking me up now every darn morning about 4 o'clock. They're coming ripping up through the little valley there alongside my property. It's on my property. And they're not far off the house. And I'm going to have little nose-licking stinkers coming here anytime soon. And the last thing I need is one of those greasy buggers getting in my calving yard. So, looks like since my son didn't get it done, and my nephew Zach didn't get it done, looks like the old man might have to come out of retirement and put the old pew-pew to work. Anyways, folks, I'd like to leave them alone. If they leave me alone, I'd leave them alone, but they're getting way too darn close. Anyways, we'll have another video coming out soon here, I would think. Boss lady's got some stuff she wants me to get videoed, so we'll talk to y'all real soon. I sure as heck, you see those girls coming down the hill? See that one right there? They gotta cross right where I just put that pile, you know. I sure as heck they don't redirect my water. Anyways, we'll talk to y'all real soon.